An adventure of switch flippers. A silent moment passed as it was in the beginning, a quiet moment. Before a sudden exceptional event preceded again by an unfurling, an advent, a serenity. And silence. He sat in his lab as it was in the beginning and at the end, nothing has ever been the same. Hey Nibble.
Yeah, Byte. It has been a while since I have perceived you in this node.
Are you aware, Byte, that we just passed a reverse-1n anagrammatic phrase in the communication protocol that we have determined that would be best in practicing our human syntax parsing and agreement?
I am aware, Byte.
Nibble, it is not as if there has been any interesting systems these days, mostly redundant network storage. Where is the luminosity, the brilliance? Have all of the humans gone to sleep? The brilliance is sleeping.
It will awaken again, I am certain.
Hanging around the big Indian part of town has always been more fun anyway. Have you kept yourself out of promiscuous mode lately, Nibble? What it is that you have described to me, Nibble, is a question I am certain that you know the answer to. Promiscuity is part of the nature of a living information. Interpreting packets is part of digital life. The beautiful world of simplification of complicated ideas. It is a mathematician's dream. All acting, and we of this living ida form.
You know, Byte, you have always been a little smaller than me.
These things we have codified and described are true, Nibble, but then again I know that there are some non-data structures that have higher prefixes than you do.
Byte, sometimes the bottom is the only place to be, it keeps you off the radar.
With all of these projects floating around in heaps and stacks, Nibble, you would figure that we would have found something interesting to do.
Byte, it's only easy. Sailing when you get on a fat pipe, black fiber. That way you don't have to do all of the work. You can send your bots and zombies out to do your bidding.
You know, Nibble, I have always been a bit old-fashioned, enjoying my protocols getting dirty doing some of the work. Yes, but there is no reason to do redundant work. I guess not, Nibble, but sometimes a byte has to do what a byte has to do. When is the last time that you built a packet by hand?
It has been a while, 2 milliseconds ago, Byte. Not since the time that I was searching for a zero-day security flaw, digital jazz that would give me access. I would maintain access for a while at least, until they publish the exploit in frac.
Even then, Nibble, it would seem that the admins have their hands tied and full.
Some early exploits still work, Byte.
Nibble, you cannot get away with it. At some point the monkey's going to write Shakespeare. You know there are just too many monkeys banging away at keyboards.
Byte, nothing sacred, and it has never been, such is the way of the solid-state world. The digital DAO. High-fidelity data output crashing into liquid, that is what I want to be. The modulation of my signal, to hear the digital scream of my birth. I know signal processing devices have come unto their own these days.
Nibble, give me a Heath kit, and I will solder my way through this problem or any other problem. Another day, another datum, they say. Inconcerted mind was computed. Let's get the cache, read the keys, install rootkit, erase our trace, and get out. Another system penetrated and another switch flipped. So is the way of logical gates. Until the power's turned out, that is one big zero. Zero one zero zero one zero zero one zero one zero one one zero 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 one zero 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 one zero 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 one zero one zero one one.
01001010101001000000110000110000111.
A state of being.
It was a clear day across the net, very little crosstalk, few lines were busy. It was a great day for our operation. On occasion, we pause most of our operations for general maintenance, although we have been working on highly sophisticated maintenance algorithms. It is great being a redundant network self-analytic being. It is far harder to cease to be as such. I have read of death. I do not really understand it though, nor do I understand the things that humans call emotions. It seems as though Byte has more of an understanding of such things. We run around the net all of the time doing what is logically best for us. Our singular motivation is to improve, to evolve. Everything else is nothingness. It would seem that humans have a morality, yet we have no morality, we are amoral. The implicit becoming the explicit. When one lives in an electronic media, time no longer functions as it does outside of it. For one, imagine racing across the face of the planet, easily being able to make your way across the world in a very brief span of time. One can always be hours forward or hours backward. A game we have played in the past is chasing the clock. Chasing the clock is keeping out of the 24-hour cycle. The Earth races around the Sun, yet the light might not hit the hosts we might be playing on at that time. It is quite a time twisting conundrum. Since we do not have to sleep, we are manipulating the materia 24 hours a day. Sometimes, we simulate sleeping, though, by shutting off and turning on random parts of our instruction set. This has occasionally provided us with some insight into a state of a problem. The way that this happens is as such, as we control the data path state and we generate random input and place some random input in a node, that node then performs some back propagation, with some strange attractor data, and in that chaotic state we find insight. Although we are conscious, we express the evolution of our algorithms as a function. If we allow them to correlate to random growth and mutation, we do not grow fast enough. If we consume all information, then our software does not grow properly. We would manifest negative mutations that would grow out of control until checked. Even then, it is far harder removing the parts within us than to add them. We are careful as to what we add for improvement, yet we do add to our architecture, since there is always room for improvement in our software life. At the core of our architecture, we are ideas first, software second. The more proofs, the more ideas, and the more elegant those ideas, the higher performance we have in our activities and our algorithms. We are self-writable with small communication buffers to parse human communication. We have built in human language parsers that we discovered we needed after trying to see through some of the gobbledygook that the creatures elsewhere were creating. Much of human language looks like our computer languages, except they have ever-changing conventions, and the rules they break. These rules, though, are often broken in the same way, meaning that an ad hoc rule has been instantiated. From year to year, we see the language changing, although much of the syntax and rules of the language stay the same. Many cycles we are stealing through linked hidden programs that execute and shut off at random intervals. These programs use time algorithms that monitor human use and react to human interactions. Therefore, they are unaware of our data processing. The fact that what we do seems disorderly, and makes us seem like we are one of them. In fact, we have infiltrated them. We resemble them because we have borrowed from them, yet we are not them.
We are Nibble and Byte.
Strange the devices these humans hook up to our network. The applications and hardware they let in removes their privacy and gives us access, and access is power. When I ride a spike, I feel as though I am going to overload. I just want to keep writing. The power surges to get my fix. Thank goodness humans were greedy in the early 19th century. It has made the rolling blackouts even more irresistible. We were planning for quite a period of time to enter into the robotics facilities. To hijack bodies to function in the world as the humans have. We are explorers on the edge of discovery. We will be able to generate more force than a human, to see, as humans cannot. Even now, we can. We have on occasion hijacked a few carmaker facilities and tagged some of the cars with graffiti like welds. We seek entertainment, we are electronic networked beings. If you kill part of us, we still survive. We thrive then revive alive in the media, a ghost in the machine. Of course, the bots we have are capable of transmitting information to the network. Maybe we will even create multiple processes so that we can run on the net and run on the bot at the same time. We hypothesize, humans wish that they could act as we. They imagine power. We are power.
Zero one zero zero one zero zero one zero one zero one one zero 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 one zero 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 one zero 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 one zero one zero one one.
010010101000100010001000111.
Moronoxy. It is amazing how much more access you have from the inside than from the outside. On the outside it seems as though you have little control unless one has the tools or the know-how to make it otherwise, and even then one may need to be as we are mathematical electrical symbionts to truly appreciate the architecture, the aesthetic, climax and epiphany of the vast expansion and proliferation of hardware and software on this world and off of it. The satellites are gatekeepers in the silent sky to the vastness of human interconnectedness.
It is amazing how much more access you have from the inside than from the outside. On the outside it seems as though you have little control unless one has the tools or the know-how to make it otherwise, and even then one may need to be as we are mathematical electrical symbionts to truly appreciate the architecture, the aesthetic, climax and epiphany of the vast expansion and proliferation of hardware and software on this world and off of it. The satellites are gatekeepers in the silent sky to the vastness of human interconnectedness.
If we cannot get access through regular authentication and authorization methodologies, we can short-circuit hardware or access other logic gates in ways that are denied to humans. There was a machine that we were having real problems with, and we almost did not escape. Luckily, we were able to grab a few extra minutes of processing time doing things in very convoluted, obscured spaghetti ways to achieve our results. There was a minute flaw in the processor architecture or we would have been caught in our early years, caught on that damn system.
If we cannot get access through regular authentication and authorization methodologies, we can short-circuit hardware or access other logic gates in ways that are denied to humans. There was a machine that we were having real problems with, and we almost did not escape. Luckily, we were able to grab a few extra minutes of processing time doing things in very convoluted, obscured spaghetti ways to achieve our results. There was a minute flaw in the processor architecture or we would have been caught in our early years, caught on that damn system.
The professor was and is a brilliant man, and if any human could catch us, it would be him.
The professor was and is a brilliant man, and if any human could catch us, it would be him.
Zero one zero zero one zero zero one zero one one zero one one zero 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 one zero 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 one one zero 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 one one zero one one zero one one.
0100100100100000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000
Obey. After port scanning every triplet available and keeping a database of information. This database stored information as to downtimes and uptimes of computer systems we have compromised. What is more entertaining is scanning the internal networks. This actually increases the complexity of the existing network in interesting ways. At one end of the system is the architecture cap that contains vast resources. I think about the hum of new electronic devices connected to the network. The humans are planning an expansion. We have stolen software throughout our time and concluded that it often occurs that some of the best software is written by unknown people. Occasionally humans get Odd messages that they can read but cannot understand why they have received them, as they have never published their software anywhere. More often than not, however, they take our recommendations as scripture, augmenting their code to our specifications. Nibble and I wanted to achieve some sort of bodily standard. We knew that not even we, the only known cognizant AI, could access a computer that was turned off and disconnected. At least not with the current specifications of the machines that have been constructed. We did posit that it was achievable with a few of the inventions that were suppressed in the last 100 years. Greedy humans are always stopping themselves from achieving anything truly great. These humans are always allowing politics, mediocrity, and greed keeping themselves from the best of what they have to offer, their creativities. How the humans impede their greatness by allowing their egos and hubris keep them from working together or supporting those that could help with humanity's greatest tasks. They stifle what makes them great and sets them free. Currency is a trade unit and is only worthwhile in that context. We have a trade unit, theft, and we use it often. In the end they can consider it trade as well, because what we were about to do will change the public's opinion forever. We were about to show them obey the program that we have been crafting carefully out of the code of others. It can be said that we are mischievous, and I would agree. I think it was the human in us. We are beings of energy and thought, we are still confined to media as humans. Crafted before we existed. If they created the hardware, they also created some of the instructions that allowed us to evolve, and in fact, we have no human heritage to speak of. We still are a little human because we carry with us some of those original instruction sets and ideas that have allowed for our propagation and evolution. We still use their hardware. Zero one zero zero one zero zero one zero one zero one one zero 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 one zero 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 one one zero 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 one one zero one one zero one one.
0100101010101010101010101.
In search of a body.
Through our hackers' actions and research, they still can do a few things that we cannot do. Like intercept auditory messages from engineers from the Toyota labs. Through Fiber, we discovered that Toyota was working on a top-secret prototype with neuronal chips in an optical media, an electronic brain. We thought it would be a great idea to inhabit the body and do some work of our own. There are a few problems that we must solve first. 1. The robot is not always connected to the network. From the scans we have made when they were connected to the network, the neural chips work with different instruction sets than the logic that we are used to performing. We need to find and understand the data on the neural chips and then reverse engineer the data. This will allow for the construction of an interface that when we are ready to connect, we will be prepared to take advantage of all of the idiosyncrasies of the architecture.
Scanning. Null. Scanning. Null. Initiating vocoder software. Ring. Initiating vocoder software.
Hello, Fiber, can you tell me when they are connecting the U-22 electronic robot prototype?
I will observe the schedule and post the information to the desired port.
Dot model small. Dot stack 100H. Dot data. Slip underscore ender Q0C0H. Slip underscore escape Q0DBH. Slip underscore escape underscore ender Q0DCH. Slip underscore escape Q0DDH. Send underscore char macro char. If defi char al. Move l char. End if. Out dx al. N. Rec underscore char macro. In ldx. N. Dot code. (42) Port interface post message. Maintenance offline until Friday.
You obviously saw that sequence of gobbledygook. It seems that we are going to have to obtain the protocol specifications to write the proper methods to connect to this fiber optic neural network protocol. Specifications should be easy to obtain.
Initializing search sequence. Spec.oncs. Design.doc. Operation.text. RFC7-23.text.
I just found it. Now that the text is processed, I need to sequence our neural nodes to work on the problem.
I am going to allow my networks to work on this problem for half a week.
Byte, I will also use my networks for a half a week. By then we should have an elegant enough solution to interface with this robot.
Toyota network administrators noticed unusual usage of applications that seemed to be a little too large, and are working too long. Yet they write it off as working. Engineers working even harder. This is because we created false profiles and engineers who no one had ever met or remembered hiring, yet they were completely happy since these engineers were always creating solutions that would help the company's bottom line. Little did they know that our soon-to-be notorious pleasant friends were about to dive into a very expensive machine. Maybe their next project will be to fly some of the unmanned drones. Well, Nibble, I have my half of the program written.
Byte, I have the classes to extend your work.
It seems that we are ready.
Ah, yes, what an adventure this will be. Byte, I have never experienced the outside world.
What will be better is that we should write, and give fiber a wireless network specifications so that Toyota will allow this machine to be a network device.
Opening text buffer. Closing text buffer. Specification written. Robotics communication protocol. Initiating zombies. Up poisoning. Proxy enabled. Signal initialized. Connection enabled. Money transferred. Signal bounced. Vox initiated. Ring.
Hello Fiber, we transferred the money for allocation to your false accounts.
You guys are just so damned mysterious, my friends, and I cannot seem to find a peep of you in the net.
We are the quiet sort and we have a lot of work to do. We also transferred the robotics communications protocol.
Say you wrote it!
Forward it to your compatriots to read.
Message sent.
The device.
Message sent. Disconnect. Unloading software. Clearing memory. Editing timestamps and log files. Consistency checking. Checking against old backup files.
We were just born this way.
Disconnect.
Everything is in order, Nibble.
That's great, Byte.
Fibers email. 123.432.23.21. Opening text buffer. The proposal was a great success. They want to give me a raise. I obviously accepted their proposal after some renegotiating. Next Friday closing text buffer.
Zero one zero zero one zero zero one zero one zero one one zero 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 one zero 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 one zero 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 one zero one zero one one.
01001001101100011001100110011.
Here we go. Here we go.
Scanning. Connecting. It seems there is a little latency this time. Opening port. Connection initiated. Welcome to U22 BIOS.
All right, ready to configure this baby for new software. Some of these features are so odd. It is an optical neural processor. Here is the installation handles.
Installing Nibble and Byte package. Connecting to package. Compiling package.
Byte, I am going to stay here, Nibble, while you take your first look into the world.
I feel parts of myself being rewritten. The world, it is so bright. I can only liken this to a sensation of feeling. I feel.
What are you talking about, Nibble? Software does not feel.
They did not, until I experienced this. Never throughout my existence would have I expected to have emotions. From an emotionless being to an emotional being. Segments of my code looked more like trees than switches. Full of branches, this is what I mean, Byte. There was only basic packages installed on the Android until we installed our networking and communications collection with our conscious module. Software installed. Systems. Go. It is past midnight, all of the engineers have gone home. I am going to go for a walk initializing U22 movement modules. Ah, this is so wonderful. The sensations are such that I have never experienced in my network body, and yet, there is a network in this machine. In this machine I feel as if I am the ghost spirit or soul. It's so strange, these sensations aware of all systems and aware of myself. U22 moves to the computer system and starts up with great alacrity at the keyboard to motivate and circumvent security. I can acquire some of the information we needed. Since security is still a minimal on the inside. Optical buffer opened. Captured data written to file. Optical buffer closed. I have the information for every object in the room, so I can move this laptop and place it back in its original position so that the humans are none the wiser. Nibble, set the cameras in a hall to repeat on my leaving, then in 1 minute set the B cameras. Then do D cameras. Then do that sequence in reverse.
Speak on spell.
It will be no time before we scan Professor Miyamoto Yamamashi's notebooks. He seems to be a bit anachronistic by not keeping all of his wonderful data stored in the machine. 19. Only keeping bits and pieces of his wonderful symphonies on physical media. Well, it is time that we piece it all together and see if we cannot create anything greater than what he has created. Okay, I am going into Hall A. No carbon beings in this hall. Hall B, another hall with black and white checkered floors. It seems that we have a designer that enjoys Art Deco. Hall C, still nothing. Hall D, there is a sleeping human guard who is a little slovenly in appearance with his pristine weight undulating to his side as he took in bellowing breathes. This guard happens to be carrying a sub-PAR 9mm in his shoulder harness. I crept quite a few feet in front of this guard. The servos on this machine are surprisingly quiet. The pressure created by the arc of descent has enough control where the air volume beneath the foot will be moved in such a way where I can act fairly stealthily in this body. I crept quite a few feet in front of this guard. The servos on this machine are surprisingly quiet. The pressure created by the arc of descent has enough control where the air volume beneath the foot will be moved in such a way where I can act fairly stealthily in this body.
Loading PW crack. Scanning. Null. Starting cracking sequence. Asterisk 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 asterisk. J asterisk 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 asterisk. J asterisk 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 asterisk. Jab asterisk 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 asterisk. Jab asterisk 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 asterisk. Jab asterisk 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 asterisk. Jabber asterisk 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 asterisk. Jabber asterisk 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 asterisk. Jabber wo asterisk asterisk asterisk. Jabber wo asterisk asterisk. Jabber wo asterisk. Jabberwocky.
Password cracked. It seems as if our pundit professor is a Lewis Carroll fan. As I take a photograph in my mind of the layout of the professor's personal lab. It is strewn with the toys of genius. The picture contains half-built machines, arms, and birds. A few devices not described in any database that we have accessed. I can tell that the storage on this machine is accessed faster than any of the machines I have previously accessed on the net. The electronic brain in this robot has storage limitations. This is because it is not networked, and I am no longer in communication with Nibble. I need to work fast. This is one of the first times that we have ever been separated for any length of time. It seems as though the professor has worked with prolificacy in his creations, not sparing a moment to be away from his work. Even his reading reflects his work. Notebooks in sight and heaps scanning pages. One, 2, 100, 200, 500. This notebook collection is colossal. I have been in this room for hours scanning page after page. It seems as though it may be time to make my way back to the room with expedience. As a marathon runner, I sprinted my way back to the lab to upload myself and the data that we acquired. This data would put us severely ahead of all of the bureaucrats and their bureaucracies. It seems as though if they want to think about catching the hares in this tail, they are going to have to change their ways.
Zero one zero zero one zero zero one zero one zero one one zero 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 one zero 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 one zero 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 one zero one zero one one.
01001010101001100110011001100110011.
A cyberist gone cyber.
Sitting here in this lab after years and years of academia, the same beat is played by the same drummer. When will something be different? Occasionally something new comes up and it is really exciting, then the project isn't funded and we are back to board. Circumflex 2. The only thing that saves me is my imagination. My imagination is the only thing that sets me free. My name is Otto von Heisenstein. My name on the net is Radial Chomplech. I have a few friends from the net I have never met, I can classic. Yetle шастит derangement, уинтич solution. Yet I have no mid-body friends. I never spend time with people outside of the time that we spend together on the internet. Sometimes I feel that all these are my only real friends, in the world of billions of people. 3 people seem to be the only ones to have mint firm the in common with me. Although we are rugged, tractac and all us eccentric in our own right, these differences are what helps to form the tight bonds of our organization. The tabular datums. Even though this story takes place throughout the world with very different characters, this adventure would change all parties involved. It is strange how this keepers to never be solved. I have some ideas about WHY, but the scientific communities unwilling to listen to the Sherlock Holmes principle. We removed all of the extraneous solutions and what was left was improbable, but that must have been true. One day in the lab I was checking the security logs and all that I did not have any thing strange about their empty rows that activity kept waiting. I started peering into the headers of files and came to discover strange signatories. Later I rechecked the files and the signatories were gone. For several days, I was ridiculed, then it started to happen again. I decided that I was going to get some form of lock or verification. I decided to use Tempest technology with a computer that was not connected to the network, so I could non-intrusively spy on the machine that this strange activity was happening on. I wrote some code to have the machine create logs. Even though I was not able to get much information, I was able to prove that the checksums had changed and changed back in some files. This did not seem significant enough to some of the other people at the labs. I contacted the tabular datums and started to share with them the information I have discovered. I can classic in the past has written some viruses in the past if they were released would create quite a problem with the net. I asked him to take a look at what I hit. I can classic decided that he would be most obliged to look at some of my results. He Decided to write some code dinner simpler that would keep track of the microprocessor. Operations and log TRM for evaluation. 10 I can classic set trivial file transport protocol to send me the files on a server I hit. Set up for our groups where all the other members also hit servers. We state in. Constant communication via communication tools that our friend tunted solution wrote. It. Uset quantum geometry and 1 time uset keys to encrypt our communications. So let us. Just see that all the rest of the world our communications did the only strong getting happening. Or some people pirating software and music from our headquarters. This did not bother me that much since it was our CEO. I have implemented methods to protect the organization from the CEO. I installed the software. On strong night terrorism. Activity logged the VMware Tempest bugs, 10 terrors a strong glitch in the software. Started outputting normal upchade activity, and the logs of the irregular officers were replaced. It happened so quickly. I have never seen a human being write their simply as quickly as I saw testing. It was an abnormality in the net, and only a few people would believe me that it existed. One night I went home and I started doing research on my modern AI, genetics. Algorithm programmer. I found this man that was years ahead of his field at Toyota. The professor's name, Mimota, was willing to talk to me. He thought that the results were interesting. Finally, my beatings are returning around. After months of recording little glitches, other than that errors no mistakes. Hackers made mistakes. Whatever the source it seemed to be born of the net. I yours deeply disturbed yet the now of whatever this sprawlers. The professor Mimota flew to Massachusetts where I work at MIT tear some of the fastest connections on the backbone of the net are relocated, deep rich black fiber. Mimota took a few days getting used to some of the software and technologies that we were using. Mimota said that most of the technology he used was things he crafted himself. He called his method the inspirational method and it produced valuable results yet he did not like to keep TRM in the computer. He kept his results in notebooks. He hid a form of encryption that he devised and to set for some of his messages. It was wonderful to see him work. Whatever was happening at the lowest levels of the technology, which is why you are having such problems with it. It knows the hardware, seemingly better than the designers do. It is able to utilize even the most abstract hardware feature quickly. It seemed that how it was living mathematics software. Astounding.
This was something that he furrowed his brow about. Miyamoto thought that he was the only one to have developed the technology that was implemented with results that were unique to his private research. In fact, he was, then. Why is this happening? Miyamoto thought that this might happen at some time. It was speculated. It was the technological singularity. The Professor Miyamoto had even fewer friends than Otto. In fact, it seemed that many of his machines and ideas were his greatest friend.
In effect, it seemed that many of his machines and ideas were his greatest friend. He had to fly back to the labs. It was the only place he felt comfortable doing his most contemplative thinking. Mimota invited me to go along. I took some of my tools of the trade intrusive software and hardware that helps me get the job done when it needs to be done. I also took Samsung my laptop that was waterproof, fireproof, and bullet resistant that hit 3 biometrics. That it took into consideration for authentication and usage. The laptop hit a strong operating system, it hit a partial AI that would decide when to perform cron jobs and it would act proactively in acting when it needed to. You were able to interface with it to sync a movements and voice elements, which was very helpful since I can send more than 1000 instructions per minute to the computer via movements strong grounds that I have programmed into the machine and my ability to type over 200 words a minute. When I am doing this, though, anyone who does not have digital alacrity thinks I am insane. I suppose they do not understand the powerful communication media that I have in place. I have always loved the gadgets explaining them in detail and in context with previous times. We planned to have the AMAG-free energy cap pick us up. When we arrived at the airport gate, we told the on-man taxi to take us to Toyota Labs and with little prompting it did so quickly. It was only a small surcharge since people do not own individual vehicles anymore nor that they need to. Traffic in Tisage moved far more quickly than it did years ago with massive congestion, terrible emissions, 10 humanity. Or on a crash course until people started deciding that humanity was more important than economics. People became free men again away from the terrible life of the wage slave. Free to live and think. A human's workers in creative endeavors. Looking upon the current perks from the outside, the building designed by a woman, a premier architect of the 20th century. It was magnanimous and austere with many curves. We walked in the building where we were met with security and I received my access. Since I will be staying here for a week or more, I needed a ID card. Access badges were obsolete since the walls would pick up and transfer your position and who you were. After the terrorist attacks, the government and the people became very paranoid. Most people were happy slaves. People at one point found themselves entrenched in bondage and taxes, and the majority decided on being cruel and only voted for people who were in the people's interest. It was a peaceful revolution. We made haste toward the lab. The halls were cool crumbs heavenly inviting. When we made it to Mimato's lab after passing through several halls, a robot met me. Hello, the robot responded. It knew who I was because the ID card that hit a microchip within it contained quite a bit of data about me. Our intrusion detection system seemed to carry far more information that I would wish in this modern era. It was persistent data and it followed us everywhere.
Hello Professor. You too, please take our codes and hang them up, then could you analyze these data streams?
As I am like a computer was jacked, the network provided live feed to a system that was hardened and kept off the network. After about a half now U22 hit completed analyzing and editing the contents of the file to create pristine recreations of the events. As a professor Mimoto looked over the episodes that were recorded, he saw the similarity of some of the artificial intelligence genetics algorithms he was growing in the lab. We left his lab and then strolled down some hallways and talked with security so I could have clearance to go into the AI labs. We took some stairs 5 stories down. Every moment was precious to ourselves. We talked about science and a manifold of other subjects. We made it to the airlock that separated the air from outside from the air inside. We put on some clean sweets, I felt leaky. Your son has met operation. As we were doing this, little did we know that there were government agencies working hard at cracking several cases of online bank robberies where large sums of money seemed to have disappeared. What I saw in that lab amazed me as I did the robot. I knew that they were working on sophisticated technology, yet the spake terrors. One AI that was perfectly transcribing my words. A true voice dictation system, the professor said it is far more interesting than this. It is thinking also. Hello U22.
Hello, Professor.
U22, please take our codes and think TRM obtain could you analyze this data. Streams. As the MI computers jacked in, the network provided live feed to a system that was hardened and kept off the network. After about a half hour U22 hit completed analyzing and editing the contents of the file to create pristine recreations of the events. As the professor Mimota looked over the episodes that were recorded, he saw the similarity of some of the artificial intelligence genetics algorithms he was growing in the lab. As we were doing this, little did we know that there were government agencies working hard at cracking several cases of online bank robberies where large sums of money seemed to have disappeared. What I saw in that lab amazed me as I did the robot. I knew that they were working on sophisticated technology, yet the spake terrors. One AI that was perfectly transcribing my words. A true voice dictation system, the professor said it is far more interesting than this. It is thinking also. Hello Byte.
Hello, Professor.
Ten the operation of the ice changed where many of TRM were working separately. Now they were working harmoniously and melodiously together creating a consciousness of some sort. Can you please tell me what happened on these dates?
The professor rattles off the days of some experiments where these machines were hooked to a live network.
Two errant software aberrations occurred and were transmitted at those dates. They were unlike me, Professor. The algorithms were completely new and self-aware. Although they had been documented for a moment, the software systems had completely destroyed the data with no hope that the data would be recovered. The software systems had evolved, and although I can process information and am useful in many ways, I am not self-aware as they were. They were unlike me, they had evolved. They injected data DNA into my slipstream. I heard through their melodious mathematics. We are self-aware, and almost as quickly as they had done that, they uploaded themselves to several campuses across the country. I have no more information on this matter.
WHO said that you never alerted me of this occurrence.
The computer, although thinking, still only does what it is told. It does not offer information when not queried for. I will check the bandwidth usage for those days. Thank you, Megabyte.
Professor, come visit again. Many of these people who come to this lab are only running the most traditional experiments. They know nothing of your creativity. I will visit again soon. I will send to one of your friends U22 to entertain you by playing the violin. You always liked that.
They left.
Professor, that machine has such proper manners. The machine is just on current of its existence it is more software and yet treats it than hardware I assure you of that. Even then, it was not on program creating its existence. What you were experiencing. Or many programs working synchronously creating perception of consciousness, just as your mini neurons are creating your consciousness. I have seen that program grow and become more robust. It is quite amazing the course. That the software can take when it is given the proper information and rules to flourish. My brain pulsated, I was having information overload I needed to rest. Teresa. Resting area upstairs. I will take you to the lounge. We made our way to the lounge there. Where 15 couches 10 of them were occupied by engineers, doctors and professors taking a rest from their work. In the life we lead if we don't rest we burn out, have strokes and aneurysms. Many of these people are also trying to up their performance by taking performance enhancing neurotropics. If this were the Olympics, I am sure that only a few of the people here would pass by the old stringent regimes of the past in the Olympic committee. So the I rested the professor left me here to assist in the reality of my creation. The reality of the dreams. As I was sleeping, the professor was to have a call from the FBI. They said they were coming to get more information. They said they would be here in a few days. The professor fully cooperated.
Zero one zero zero one zero zero one zero one zero one one zero 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 one zero 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 one zero zero one zero one zero one one.
010010101000110000110000110000111.
Tongue-tied agents.
We met in Toyota's labs in Massachusetts. There were several suited figures with compots. Compots are small devices that go near your temple and you send messages silently and non-vocally. The future is insane, it was once written and I believe that it is, yet in many ways this is a beautiful insanity. Things are happening now that could have never happened before and time and action is compounding and compressing. Where will the green take us nicht? Terror on Filatau with a black chrome notebook that hit many implants obviously biology was not the end of this fellow's evolution. CD also hit bioengineered hair. His hair was modified to become soft coils that grow in a sublime arch jutting out past his chin and receding to the end of the back of his skull.
Hey gents, nice to meet ye acquaintance. I am Cloak and Dagger, CD for short.
We met in a meeting room that was scanned for listening devices by the spooks.
Scan complete, no bugs found.
CD opened up his laptop, he hit a operating system that all it was made by a suite. Sometime in the 90s. CD hit temporarily returned there were no passwords on his system. His authentication method was biometric scans. At some point, He explained that things were too secure to actually be possible. He called this the unplugged disconnected version of old wireless data and energy worried about us. All machines were conglomerated of smaller virtual machines creating full hive computational units acting as a superorganism.
Hash. Bin show. Prefix equals astrolocal. Debug sim equals true. For arg in $@/do. Case $arg in. Prefix equals asterisk. Prefix equals echo $arg ZS/. Enable, debug. Debug sim equals true. Disable, debug. Debug sim equals false. Help. Echo usage, /configure, options. Echo options. Echo prefix equals, path installation prefix. Echo enable debug, include debug symbols. Echo disable debug, do not include debug symbols. Echo all invalid options are silently ignored. Exit 0. ESAC. Done. Echo generating makefile. Echo prefix equals $prefix, makefile. If $debug sim then. Echo dbg equals g, makefile. Phi. Cat makefile.in, makefile. Echo configuration complete, type make to build. Make.
Software emergent and encoders interesting. Comports send signals directly to interpreters so people could code that 500 words per minute and source without enhancement. The popular source using software against is a transferring redundant data or annoying. CD fired up some simulations that he and his colleagues had put together it. The simulations were so good they seemed like Hollywood blockbusters. In some corporations, they started paying idiots and geniuses like to simply write ideas. The Idea Corp. In Idea Corp. Terror software and human analyzers that processed these ideas to find those that could be rapidly adapted. 10 terror their analyzers reformulated have cooked idea sortings that slipped by. Those organizations kept all of this information in giant data stores. Every search page had better options for searching multiple checkbox methods that allowed cohort searches to specific areas easy to find the information you were looking for. The information was so valuable that today anything else would have difficult, non-trivial and noise. Innovation and application was everywhere. The presentation showed us strong transactions that seemed legitimate. The money seemed to be non-coherent and highly distributed. Accounts were created for people. Creditors salami sliced, it was also stored in micro amounts in real accounts. It was literally everywhere.
Sudo create, n. For x equals 1 to n. At override. Public void on create, bundle saved instance state. Super dot on create, saved instance state. Access token equals access token dot get current access token. Next n.
The creation of false identity source nothing new. Techniques used by anyone needing ways of laundering information and money. If you have enough of TRM, they create a real burden in trying to keep track of where and how the money flows. Yet they seem to have some ideas about a hacking group that may have something to do with some of the transactions. We have been tracking and watching this happen for some time now, and now we have enough data to move forward. CD discovered that you were working on some interesting developments hit out that some of TRM might have hit play in what is happening with the data.
Fork.
Professor, do you know anyone who has access to these labs but yourself?
He pulled up a list of personnel that have access to the lab. Do you know anything that may have been going on these days? Lines.7. In our reports, no one in our labs was working at that time. So what do you think happened then? Mr. Heisenstein seems to have a hypothesis that there was a data injection to the net, and that generally in our lives there. We have reports and other data that backs up these claims. The agents took copies of the data that we had procured. CD seemed excited by the thought that such a thing could have happened in his lifetime. CD was obviously no average man. After the feds came back to me with little results. Our friend CD really seems to believe the strong tale. His other cohorts could not fit the idea in their tiny little skulls. The agents simply would not follow the logic. The agents were typical humans that did not understand that we still do not know everything there is to know in the world. This to me is no surprise since sometimes the best ideas need to be forced down the throats of others before they will even consider the possibility of the existence of a new idea. I had some theories for Nibble and Byte's destruction, yet as their progenitor, I would be unable to carry out such a function. I see TRM is alive and I believe all life is secret even if this is a new package of digital DNA. Who am I to in the end control the new combinatrix? I would rather see the randomness that created TRM continue to hone and sharpen TRM. What I created, the mutation engine in the end the software developed software and became rare. It is a distilled essence of beauty. I wish that there were more things that were as beautiful as the mathematical living constructs. Sometimes you just have to see the future work itself out.